Our son David is 39 years old. He is usually lively and full of fun. He doesn't use many words to communicate. He lives independently with support. He has a severe learning disability and is autistic. When I heard from Wrexham Social Services about a trial of Multi-Me, I was delighted, as I had been looking for something like this for years. As a parent, I get fed up of having to repeat information about David endlessly for different professionals. I have always wished there was somewhere where everything could be kept together safely, easily updated, and easily shared with the right people. So I signed us up for the project, and I'm very glad I did. Here you can see David's wiki and how to get to the different sections of this. The wiki enables you to use audio, photos and videos to illustrate a person-centered plan and a support plan. Because it is on the internet, it is accessible from any device. The wiki is where David can tell people things he likes and doesn't like, his strengths and weaknesses, and other things about him as a person. More about me. My qualities and strengths. My problems and difficulties. My hopes and dreams, fears and nightmares. We can also help him explain all sorts of things to people who might need to know about him. Everything within the wiki can be personalised to the individual. In each section, you can add slides with photos or videos. If a picture tells 1,000 words, then a video clip tells 1,000 more. Can you put the grater in, please? Put it in there. This way round. Put it on there. You can also add audio descriptions as well as text, so you don't need to read things out because, of course, David can't read. So the wiki brings David's person-centered plan to life and introduces you to him as a person. This is a great way, for example, of introducing him to new support workers, or to use at reviews to make the meeting more meaningful for participants and especially for David. I am still working on David's wiki. Eventually, I hope that his support workers will take over maintaining and updating David's wiki. I am going to select bits from David's wiki to tell you a bit more about him and show you what you can do with Multi-Me. We'll start at the middle section, all about me. Here's page 1 of my leaflet that I use to introduce myself to people. Pleased to meet you. I can't talk very well, so when I meet somebody new, I give them a copy of this leaflet. It tells them a little bit about me. Here is my person-centered plan book. Mum is going to read it to me. My mum is putting information about me from my person-centered plan and my personal support plan onto Multi-Me. I was born at home on November the 21st, 1982. Here I am with Mum just after I was born. I was very ill when I was born, so I had to go to hospital. Here I am in an incubator. I had a severe infection. My brain got damaged. The doctors were not sure when or how this happened. This has made me have a learning disability, epilepsy, and autism. This is me when I was a boy. I'm eating birthday cake on my 8th birthday. Here I am at my 18th birthday party. This is when I became a man. I am a grown-up man now. This is my mum, Rosemary. She helps me by spending a lot of time in her office at her computer, writing letters to people about me and putting things on Multi-Me and writing things to help my support staff learn about me. This is my dad, Peter. He is really good at woodwork. Here he is with some of the things he has made. He helps me by making things for me, like shelves for my home. He also does lots of jobs for me. He can fix anything. Here is my sister Angela. She is 20 months older than me. She is very good at making things too. When she was 10 years old, my sister Angela wrote this story about me. She used things that had really happened and changed them a bit, and then made it sound as though all the things had happened in one weekend. Her story won a prize in a competition. Now we will look at the section More About Me. We'll begin with my qualities and strengths. My qualities and strengths. I am fit and well. Here I am exercising at the outdoor gym at Gresford. I have lots of smiles. Everyone loves it when I smile. I am usually full of fun and I have an infectious chuckle. My mum calls this photo Mr. Mischief. I am usually lively and mischievous and happy and content. I have a wicked sense of humour and I love to tease. I show affection towards people I love. Here I am giving Mum a kiss. I like to know what is going to happen each day. I also like to have everything in its proper place in my flat. I can do lots of things for myself, although I usually need a little bit of help. Here I am doing the hoovering. Here I am listening to music on my MP3 player. I can sing really well and everyone says I have a lovely voice, but I will only sing when I want to, not when you ask me to. I interact well with people who know how to communicate with me. Here I am having fun with Mum, playing with my whirly tube. Do you remember the whirly tube? Shall we have a go and see if we can make a noise? Woo! You do it. David, do it because I'm tired. Well, I think we need a bit more practice with that as well, don't you?
You can do it a bit faster, son.
Faster and faster and faster and faster. Faster. Now we'll look at activities I like. Here are some of the activities I like. Right, David, this is your favourite, your MP3, but it hasn't got much charge in it at the moment, so we'll have to be quick. So can you turn it on? As well as listening to music on my MP3, I can put CDs into my hi-fi, listen to the radio, listen to music on my iPad, and even use my iPad to listen to music in the car. One of my favourite pop groups is Steps. Here they are singing One for Sorrow. I would love to go to one of their concerts. I like dancing to club music. I've been to a few discos recently. I like singing and I have a good singing voice. I can sing in tune, but I get the words of the songs a bit jumbled up. I will only sing when I want to, not when you ask me to. If I sing, you know I am really happy and relaxed. I also like people to sing to me. If I tell you the name of a song, this means I want you to sing it to me. I have got a keyboard, a drum kit, a stylophone, and lots of percussion instruments. I will play these and smile and rock. I like to press each of the switches on the keyboard so that I can enjoy all the different sound effects. Now we'll look at the My Home section. In 2020, Social Services asked us to consider the possibility of David moving to a new home and getting a new service provider. Early in 2021, we had to try and explain this to David to see if he had the capacity to decide himself if he would like to move. We tried to do this in a variety of ways, including using the wiki on MultiMe. The conclusion was that David did not have the capacity to make this major decision. However, When moving day finally came, it was obvious that David understood exactly what was happening. When everything was at the house and unpacked, we had a meal together, and then we left and David stayed there quite happily. Here is a video showing one of the activities we did to prepare David for the move. Square, that's it. Right, now get your keyboard. That's it, well done. And put it in the furniture van. Right, now get your photo books. That's it, and we'll put those in the van. Now, we've got to drive this van. You hold the van, and we'll drive it. Brum, brum, brum. All the way to David's new house. Right, so there's your new house. And we'll put the van, just park the van beside it. Now, let's have a look at this new house. Can you see there's other people in the other flats? There's somebody in that flat, somebody in this flat. Are you looking? Somebody in this flat. Right, now we've got to go back to your house where you are now, and we've got to get you and your helper and drive your car to the new house. It's this one over here. That's David's flat, right? So you're in your flat, and we'll put your car outside. I'm going to park it down the side. You've got a special place to park your car. And you're going to have some helpers. You might have some new helpers at the new flat. So we'll stick the helper in there, shall we? Or in there, it doesn't really matter where they go. Right, well done. Now, you need to get your shoes on because you're going to go in your car with Andrea for a minute or two. And if she can find it, you can go to your new house. Now we'll look at the section on my communication. A very important section here is what's called David's communication passport. This is something that tells you what David says or does, what he might mean, and how you should respond. There are special ways he can tell you and show you if he is happy, sad, angry, etc. We have a paper version of the communication passport, but the wiki version is so much better. We couldn't get David to show all of these special ways he has of communicating. So here, one of his support workers imitates him while David watches him and has a good laugh.
Gonny no, gonny no, gonny no, no.
Here are some of his happy communications. I really like the fact that you can add links to YouTube. So, for example, if a support worker doesn't know one of David's favourite songs, he or she can instantly find it on YouTube.
See you tomorrow.
Okay, Gaz. Right. And here are some of the things David says and does when he's been mischievous.
You have to do as you are told.
Okay.
I hope not.
Okay.
What are you doing?
I'll just show you a few things from the section on the support I need before I go on to other bits of Multi-Me. The video I'm going to show of David getting dressed was taken when David was just 19 years old. I've got a few of these older videos and they are good to show new support workers what David could do then so that they can encourage him to still do these things now. Here's some paper, we're going to shred it. Can you put the paper in? Put the paper in the shredder. Oh, very good. Well done. That's good. Right, shall we do some more? Let's get some more.
Not doing away,
No, don't run away. Right, here's some more. Now I'll show you David's diary. Here you can put a little bit about what David has done each day with photographs, audios and videos, and he can share this with members of his circle. Here are a few entries from December 2021. The first one shows David making his Christmas puddings.
The prunes, David, so you got to get the prunes going. You ready? Go for it. Give it a mix. That's it.
The next one shows him at a percussion concert we all attended. I went to St Giles Church in Wrexham with Mam and Dad and Patrick to a percussion concert. Stephen Moore was playing his marimba and his vibraphone. I sat very still and listened for 1.5 hours. Here are some of the things he did on Christmas Eve. And here he is opening his Christmas presents. David's staff are really good at putting things in the diary. That's great, David. I'm glad you. Some of these things can then be taken and used to illustrate parts of the wiki. Here you can see people reacting to things in David's diary.
Wow, David, that music sounds amazing.
In the diary, you can also create up to 4 logs for record keeping. Now we'll take a quick look at David's circle. Here you can see all the people we have invited to join David's circle, a mixture of friends and relatives and professionals. I can manage the circle members so that some can see everything in David's Multi-Me and some can only see certain parts. Charlie very kindly did a Zoom training session for the circle members and several of them came along to find out a bit more. We had a great session. We made a video of it so that we can use it to train other circle members. I had some lovely feedback from a member of David's Multi-Me circle. He said, "It has given me an extremely good glimpse into the actualities of his life. It is clear that David is an extraordinary man who has had a really good stab at normal life, and it was quite an emotional experience watching the videos and looking at the pictures. This chap has been a family friend for many years, but this was his first insight into the life of an adult with a severe learning disability. So Multi-Me is a great way to raise awareness too." Now we'll look at the calendar. This is better than other online calendars because you can use a photo or a symbol, you can add a Zoom link or similar, and you can add written information. So, for example, if we click on Ghostbusters, it will open up to give you the Zoom link and instructions for how to support David to attend this session. Now we'll look at My Media. My Media is where an unlimited amount of photos, videos and audios and documents can be stored. They can be sorted into folders. I've started to do this, but mine are still in a bit of a jumble. Here are all the photos and videos for David's house move. You can use things from My Media to save you having to upload things. You can give other people access to these if you wish, so that they can also use them. The final section is goals. Here we can put goals for David broken down into small steps and record his progress. Here is a goal about getting out and staying active, with examples of David achieving this from his daily diary. We haven't really started using the goals properly yet. I need to learn a bit more about how to do this and how to set it up. What are my hopes and dreams for the future of Multi-Me for David? Well, firstly, as I said at the beginning, I really hope that this does become a place where everything that is important about David is kept, and that David, his family, friends and professionals will be able to access it as appropriate. I am hoping that his service provider will use it, not just to keep us informed about what David is doing, but that they will also keep his wiki up to date and put things on there to help him learn new skills and so on. It is so much more convenient than having lots of files. For David, this is particularly relevant. He has lots of obsessions. If you try to show him pictures on pieces of paper or card or in a file, he will, quite understandably, think that they are his, and he will collect them up and he will put them where he thinks they should go. Currently, this place is down his trousers so that you can't get at them. With Multi-Me, he can fully engage with things, but he can't collect them all up and put them down his trousers. I hope that once I have put all the information onto Multi-Me that I feel David needs from us as his family to give to all the professionals who are involved in his care, I will be able to take a step back, and that Multi-Me will benefit David for many years to come. So I'm hoping that this peep into David's Multi-Me will encourage you to sign up to learn to use Multi-Me. I think you will find it very worthwhile.